That is the Star-Spangled Banner, performed by one of our local branches of the military here in Colorado Springs. Call it a brass band. We got a couple trombonists, 2 trumpeters, a saxophonist, a drummer, tuba man. The presentation of the colors with accompanying rifle squad as well on this July 3rd. It is Independence Day Eve here from a big-time military town, Colorado Springs. Hello and welcome to Ballers Baseball on 860 AM The Answer. I'm Tyler Peterson. We are back up and running as well on our YouTube live stream. And if everything is sounding okay, please let me know in the chat so I can monitor that situation as well. We welcome you to game 39 of the Oakland Ballers season. It is a season so far that has had a ton of success for Oakland's team, and it's only its second year. A 28-10 record. And for Oakland, 2 games clear of a playoff position with 10 games to go. The Yuba Sutter High Wheelers are hot on their tail, and they have to keep winning. It is a season-high 7-game winning streak for the Oakland Ballers, and this is how they line up tonight. Jermaine Cobb Jr., the shortstop, will lead things off. Pat Monteith, the right fielder, bats second. Christian Almanza, the first baseman, bats third. Daniel Harris, the fourth, will bat fourth at second base. Cam Buford, the DH, bats fifth. Dylan Tatum, the catcher, will hit sixth. Lou Helmick in left field, he will bat seventh. Nick Leahy gets the start today at third. He'll bat eighth. And Darryl Buggs, the center fielder, he will bat ninth. On the mound for the Rocky Mountain Vibes, you heard a lot of righties in the lineup. That's because a lefty is on the mound. Nick Powers, 6'1", 200, one of their more consistent starters, a 3-2 record, a 5.26 ERA, a season high of 7 innings in his first start against Northern Colorado. He has gone 5 innings or more in all but one of his 7 starts this year and has not allowed more than 5 earned runs, and only twice has he allowed that number. The defense behind him, it'll be Wilmer in left, Booth in center, and Lynn Scott in right. Adams will be at third. Keeber, the shortstop tonight. Garcia at second, and Butcher at first, with Austin Chenard back behind the plate. He was the catcher in game 1. Ballers back in their road greens, switched to the Oakland stands up black uniforms last night and got the victory. Rocky Mountain Vibes in a, let's say, sort of a white camouflage top jersey for this Independence Day weekend. Fireworks shows tonight, tomorrow, and the day after here in Colorado Springs. The first pitch, Jermaine Cobb bounces it foul at 6:34 p.m. We were a little bit delayed because there was a 9-team parachute jump before this game by the Wings of Blue. 0-1 to Cobb. He takes a big breaking ball in for strike 2. Cobb batting at .344, 2 home runs, 20 RBI. The next pitch, a line drive softly hit up the middle and through for a base hit. Cobb spoils an 0-2 pitch, and he has a leadoff single to begin matters here on Thursday evening. That'll bring up Pat Monteith. Pat Monteith has played in 33 games this year. He is batting 190, just 63 at bats, though. 2 home runs and 7 driven in for the first-year pro. Powers is set now from the stretch. His first pitch to Monteith is a fastball, called strike on the high outside corner. Same crew switched around. Andrew Burris behind home plate, calling balls and strikes. Caden Garmer at first, and Bill Berger at third. Powers looks at first, now kicks and fires. Monteith swings and fouls it back. It's a quick 0-2. Powers made 14 starts for the Vibes last year. He even pitched once against Oakland. That was a 6-game series in Oakland in the first half last year. It was a game which Oakland won in that instance. Last year went 3-5 with a 7.83 ERA. The next pitch, a changeup down low to Monteith. It's now 1-2. Leadoff man on for Oakland here in the first. No score in our ball game, just underway. Next pitch to Monteith, a fastball that stays high, 2-2. The Ballers won game 1 by the score of 15-6 and a 7-run victory last night by the score of 11-4. Powers is set, setting up inside his Chenard, and the pitch to Monteith comes out over the plate, and he fouls it back. Some big crowds expected the next 3 days. Last year, Rocky Mountain had a sellout of 8,000 folks on July 4. Already a good crowd here on July 3. It's a 2-2 to Monteith. He swings and fouls it at the plate. That was the big slow breaking ball, and he just tapped that over the top of the ball that time and sent it over toward his manager, Aaron Miles, who coaches third. James Harris, assistant coach, is first. And let's see if they've tried to time up Powers. Cobb gets a lead from first. The pitch to Monteith, a ground ball towards short. Keeper goes to second for 1. The return throw to first is in time. It's a 6-4-3 double play, and there's 2 out in the inning. Pitcher's best friend there. 2 outs now for Christian Almanza. 2 big games so far for Christian. Had a home run and 2 RBI on Tuesday last night. Had a couple of hits and drove in 4. The first pitch from Powers. Takes a pitch off the plate. 1-0. 315 for Almanza, the batting average. 11 home runs and 49 driven in. A team high, 49 and 11 home runs. Next pitch, the big slow breaking ball. That is a called strike. Powers from the windup. The next pitch is swung on and missed. 1-2. Fastball inside. Still no Davis Druick in the lineup. He is still considered today as he dealing with a leg injury. It's a 1-2 from Powers. The pitch on its way. Almanza swings. Hits us behind third. No plays. This will get into the stands. Bases are empty. 2 outs in the top of the first. Powers from the windup. The catcher sets up off the plate, and the pitch is swung on, hit to left field. That's a base hit. Almanza really used left field well yesterday, and here he has a 2-out single. Lest we forget, on Tuesday, it was Almanza who had a 2-out single that sparked a 3-run rally for the Oakland Ballers. Here's Daniel Harris, the 4th. For Oakland on a 20-game hit streak. He bats at .342, 7 home runs, and 36 driven in. First pitch is swung on and missed. Changeup on the outside. It's 0-1. No score from Colorado Springs here in the top of the first, just underway. The next pitch to Harris is a fastball high, 1-1. Almanza wouldn't say he's a threat to steal, but he has swiped 3 bags out of 4 this year. It's a 1-1 to Harris. Takes a fastball high and away. Cam Buford is on deck. Cam had a home run yesterday and a home run the day before. So far, he seems to like Colorado Springs quite a bit. The 2-1. Harris takes way high. Austin Chenard had to come out of his crouch to take that one. It's 3-1, which means Danny can take a pretty healthy swing if he sees something he likes. Wind is blowing quite rapidly from right center. The 3-1 is a swing and a miss. Big swing by Danny, and he came up empty on the changeup. We'll go to 3-2. So Almanza will be off once he knows that Powers, the lefty, is going to the plate. 3-2 pitch. Harris swings a ground ball towards second. Over is Garcia to get it. A pump. Now he throws to second, or to first rather. It's in time. And Garcia has been playing a really good second base this week. That's the final out of the first. No runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left on base. We head to the bottom of the first. No score on 860 AM The Answer. Welcome back to Ballers Baseball here on The Answer, 860 AM The Answer. I'm Tyler Peterson. Bottom of the first, here's how the Vibes at 21-16 and 6.5 games out of a playoff spot line up tonight. Carter Booth, the center fielder, leads things off, followed by our old friend, Stephen Wilmer. He will bat second. In left field, Sam Linscott, the right fielder, bats third. Gary Laura, the DH, will hit fourth. Garrett Kieber, the shortstop, hits fifth. Austin Chenard, the catcher, he will hit sixth. Will Butcher, the first baseman, hits seventh. At third is Alex Adams batting eighth. And at second is Tristan Garcia batting ninth for the third straight game. On the mound is Dylan Matsuoka. Dylan is 2-0 this year with a 7.71 ERA. Really good starts for Matsuoka to begin the year. The last three, not so much. 6 runs allowed in 4 innings in Missoula. Actually, I shouldn't say it was a bad start against Glacier. 4 runs in 5 innings against the Range Riders in a 6-5 victory. He did walk 5 in that start, but then gave up 9 in 3 innings in his last starts. So Matsuoka looked for a clean first to throw strikes. Ballers have won 5 out of his 6 starts this year. In the windup, Matsuoka's first pitch is a fastball in and nearly hits Carter Booth. It's 1-0. Booth has been the leadoff man all 3 nights. 6 feet tall, 187 from Oregon City, Oregon. The 1-0 from Matsuoka is a fastball at the bottom of the zone for a called strike 1. Booth at 378, 2 home runs and 20 driven in. Matsuoka from the windup. The high kick and the rock. The pitch on its way is a slider. Does he go? Yes, says the umpire at first, Hayden Garmer. They get Booth on the check swing on the slider. 2. And that was a pitch that Booth did chase a couple of nights ago. Try to think of who it was. It might have been St. Pierre. 2. Matsuoka from the windup. And the pitch on its way is a fastball down low. The strikeouts have been down for Dylan, who posted 7 Ks in his first 3 starts. The last 3, 2, 3, and 1. So just 6. It's a 2-2 count. Tatum will set up in. Pitch on its way is a fastball in, and it's ball 3. Not too far away from the targets, but definitely a ball. And we go to a full count in the first at bat. Wind now blowing from right to left quite rapidly. The payoff pitch on its way to the leadoff man, Booth. It's a ground ball toward Harris. It takes a wicked hop. He stays with it. His throw to first is in time. Nice play by Danny Harris. That ball shot off the back of the mound, and it caused Harris to try to stop it on a backhand. It leapt up in front of him and then very quickly collected it to throw on to first. One away in the bottom of the first. It'll bring up Stephen Wilmer, former Oakland baller. No score in the bottom of the first. Bases are empty with one away for Wilmer. Batting .265, 5 home runs, and 15 RBI for the switch-hitting outfielder. Matsuoka's first pitch is a fastball for a called strike. Now, Wilmer will know Matsuoka because Matsuoka was a Raptor last year, and Wilmer for the first half was a Rocky Mountain Vibe. The 0-1. Ground ball down the line, and that is foul. Just foul as Almanza picks it up. And, I say that, and now I'm trying to think whether or not Matsuoka was in Ogden by the time Wilmer was traded. We'll have to archives of last year to figure that out. It's an 0-2 to Stephen Wilmer. Tatum sets up low. The 0-2, swing and a miss on the fastball, and Matsuoka strikes out his first batter of the night, 2 away in the first. Now, can we get something we have not seen in this series so far, which is a scoreless first? Oakland scored 3. Rocky Mountain scored 1 in the first. Last night, Oakland didn't score, but Rocky Mountain had 3. This is Sam Linscott, who's batting over 400 at .417, and that is for the whole year. First pitch on its way is a fastball down and in. Want to know to Linscott. Matsuoka throws, and the fastball is way outside. He's had a nice series, Sam Linscott, but was quiet last night, 0 for 4 with a run-scoring walk. I should say he scored at walking. The 2-0. Linscott takes in the dirt, 3-0 for Matsuoka. Now from the windup, Dylan needs to come into the zone here. And it's a fastball right down the middle. It's 3-1. No score in the first. Waller's got a single in the first by Almanza, but that was it. Matsuoka from the windup, the 3-1 to Linscott is a ground ball toward Harris. Off of the glove, that was a bad hop, and I think that's got to be a hit. It went off of his glove. That's going to be an error, not a single on the bad hop. I think that's got to be. They're going to go with error. So the error, it helps the pitcher Matsuoka, but I think that's a tough call on him. Who didn't, I don't know, he had not a great chance to make that play. Here's Gary Laura with 2 outs. First pitch is hit to center field. Fairly deep. Bugs is there, though. He heads over and rounds this out. Underneath it, he makes the catch for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, an error, a man left on base. No score after 1 on 860 AM, The Answer. Top of the second inning, no score here from Colorado Springs. The third game of 6 against the Vibes. It's not the Mile High City, but it is the above Mile High City. We are more than 6,500 feet above sea level here. A place that aptly has the U.S. Olympic training ground. About as thin air as you'll find in any metropolitan area in the country. Buford lead it off, then Tatum and Helmick against Nick Powers. Buford today's designated hitter. First pitch changeup is a called strike on the outside corner. A tough pitch to begin the at-bat for Buford. Nice work from Powers there. It's 0-1. Next one is swung on and hit to left field. Wilmer coming in. Will he make the catch? No. It bounces underneath his glove. Buford heading to second, and he will have a double. That ball hit way high in the air, and the wind, which is blowing in quite rapidly from left field, just blew that thing down, and Wilmer kept carrying away from him toward the infield. And once that ball dropped, he actually overran it, and it's a double for Buford. We now know that if you're trying to hit it out of the ballpark, do not hit it to left field. So Buford at second to begin the second. Dylan Tatum takes a changeup for a called strike one. For any folks who may be having, for any folks who may be having some audio technical issues on the YouTube stream, if you want to hop over to 860amtheanswer.com, you can. But feel free to still chat with me on YouTube. Breaking ball, that catches the corner for a called strike two. We have our new equipment in. We have our computer charger so that we're functional again. It's an 0-2 to Tatum, and the pitch on its way. A swing and a miss in the dirt. Tatum is going to be tagged out by the catcher, and there's one away. That'll bring up Lou Helmick. Helmick last night singled in a pair, doubling in a pair on Tuesday. Powers his first pitch. Helmick looks at a big slow curveball that doesn't quite catch the inside corner. It's 1-0. .317 for Lou. 2 big flies and 27 driven in. The next pitch there is a strike. One and one the count to Helmick, one away in a scoreless game. This changeup stays high, 2-1. Buford with a lot of speed. 13 steals for Cam. He has not yet been caught this year. I don't think he'd try to take third, but certainly easily will score on a ground ball to the outfield. Helmick, a half swing, takes a strike on the big curveball, 2-2. Well, Powers got the strikeout of Tatum in an unproductive at bat, and now has a chance to try to do the same to Lou. Powers to the plate. The breaking ball is hit toward the right side, and it's through for a base hit. Cam Buford's coming in to score, and it's 1-0 Oakland on the RBI single by Lou. Boy, that thing was slow rolling, and it got past the glove of the first baseman, Butcher, and then Laura, who went a long ways away from his original position at second, could not get there in time. So Lou's got a little bit of an RBI streak going now in Colorado Springs. Here's Nick Leahy, his first start of the series. Nick pinch hit on Tuesday. First pitch is a fastball high. man who just graduated from UC Davis, having a nice start to his pro career. 302, a home run and 8 driven in. 9 walks as well for Leahy. It's a pitch out, and they're going to throw back toward Helmick at first. He wasn't going anywhere. It's 2-0. That was a real called pitch out from the dugout. You do not see that very often anymore. Chenard stood up before Powers even finished kicking and throwing. Leahy toward right field on a line. The right fielder is there, and he will make the catch. That's a line out to right. Nicely hit ball by Leahy. And that'll be an at-bat for Darryl Buggs with 2 outs. 1-0 Oakland here in the second after the RBI single by Helmick. He's at first. Helmick has 3 steals on the year. If he did swipe a bag in the series, yes, he did on Tuesday. First pitch to Buggs. Takes a fastball for a called strike. Would not be a bad time to try to put something in action. Buggs just as good as a leadoff man the next inning if Helmick were to run and be caught. It's an 0-1. Powers to the plate, and that's in the dirt. That time, Powers did an abbreviated slide step and I think lost a little bit of the control of that pitch. 4 hits for Oakland. Powers kicks and fires, and Buggs fouls it right at the plate. It's 1-2. I'll give this to Powers, who, again, is a pretty well experienced pitcher. 3 years at Michigan State, 3 years as a starter in the Big Ten. Mixing up his looks really well. The 1-2. Buggs waits back on this and fouls that out of play. That was the breaking ball that Powers was trying to backdoor him on, and you could see Darryl almost sort of go into a squat as he waited to swing. It'll stay 1-2. Buggsy yesterday took a 1 for 5. And now a ground ball to third, picked up by Adams. His throw will go to second, and it's in time for the final out on the fielder's choice. But it's a run on 2 hits for Oakland as Lou Helmick singles in Cam Buford. We head to the bottom of the second. Oakland up by 1 on 860 AM, The Answer. Welcome back to Ballers Baseball here on 860 AM, The Answer. Tyler Peterson with you in Colorado Springs. It's a 1-0 lead for Oakland. Dylan Matsuoka here in the second. We'll see Kieber, Chenard, and Butcher, 3 right-handed hitters. One change for the Vibes today, the left-handed hitting Kellum Clark, who here and has looked pretty good at the plate in this series, went on the injured list today, and they've actually activated one of their coaches, Ernie Yake, as a franchise player. Yake, we saw quite a bit last year as a member of the Vibes, playing second base almost every day for them. So we saw it in Boise, and now we see it here in Colorado Springs, a coach getting activated. I suppose if the Ballers were ever in a pinch and they just needed a body, they could activate James Harrison. I'm sure James would put together some good at-bats, and he's still got a pretty good arm. Here's Kieber. Matsuoka's first pitch on its way. The fastball is up and in for ball one. 349 for Kieber, 3 home runs, and 30 driven in. A couple of shakeoffs from Matsuoka. Now he is in agreement with Tatum. The pitch is way outside, and I think Matsuoka just held onto that ball way too long. 2-0. Matsuoka into the windup. Pitch to Kieber is a fastball. There's a strike. The low inside quadrant on Kieber. 2-1. Pitch on its way. Kieber takes a fastball way inside. 3-1. A couple of 3-ball counts in the first for Matsuoka, but he was able to bat each time. Didn't allow a hit, just the one error on the infield. The 3-1 now. Kieber looks at strike 2. That was not very aggressive by Kieber there, who took a fastball more or less middle in. Now the count is full. Matsuoka rocks, and he fires. And Kieber taps us out in front of the plate. Will this kick foul? No. It's going to stay fair right along the grass. An infield single for Kieber, and there's a man on to begin the inning. There's a decent lip on that grass, and you want to see that ball be left alone so that it might kick back, but there was just such little contact applied to it that it died not more than 20 feet beyond home plate. So man on for Chenard, who had a big day with the bat a couple nights ago. First pitch from the stretch for Matsuoka is a fastball in. It's 1-0. Chenard had 2 doubles and a 2-run home run on Tuesday. Ballers lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Pitch on its way. A ground ball through the left side. That's a base hit. Back-to-back singles for the Vibes to begin their half of the second. And that'll bring up Will Butcher. Butcher at 314. 4 home runs and 32 RBI. He's well built at 6'3", 229. Defense is playing behind the runners on the infield. The first pitch to Butcher is whacked foul. Goes up off of the pavilion down the right field line, the Coca-Cola courtyard. It's 0-1. Butcher did not play in last night's game. It was the DH day. He had 2 hits and a walk. The next pitch is a slider. That catches the outside corner, and Butcher asks for a challenge. Now, that ball might have been caught off the plate, but it may have crossed it in the zone. Nope, it's overturned to a ball. So Rocky Mountain wins their challenge. The 1-1 on its way. Butcher swings and misses the high fastball. It's 1-2. Nice spot for Matsuoka there. Two men on, nobody out here in the bottom of the second with Oakland leading 1-0. It's a 1-2 on its way. The pitch is a high fastball that nearly cleans the clock of Butcher. 2-2. Kieber is getting an awfully big secondary off second each time. Matsuoka to the plate and books it. Strike 3 called on the outside. The fastball from Matsuoka, a big out number 1. And that's a man right there who is looking breaking ball. That'll bring up Alex Adams, the third baseman. Adams at 351, 2 home runs, and 14 RBI. He also did not feature in last night's game. First pitch. Adams swings, hits this out to right field. Over into the corner is Monteith. He gives it a look, and it's out of play. Doesn't even give a swing, but you get that ball up there, and there is not a lot of oxygen and nitrogen that cuts through that baseball. There is no marine layer here. It's 0-1. Matsuoka kicks and fires. It's fouled back. 0-2 now from Matsuoka. He's attacked with strikes at each of these last two hitters, which is good. Does he have a put-away pitch on 0-2? This should be out of the zone. He turns and fires to the plate. It's strike three, called on the inside. Fastball perfectly placed. Two big strikeouts. Dylan Matsuoka. 2 outs now for Garcia. We've liked what we've seen from Garcia in the series defensively, and he can swing it a little bit as well. 352 for the second baseman. 2 outs now. Back-to-back strikeouts for Dylan Matsuoka. The first pitch to Garcia is a fastball looked at for strike one. That pitch would be belt high to other hitters. That's letter high on Garcia. The 0-1. Ground ball towards second. Harris to take the scoop. Will pass it over to Cobb, and he picks it up. That was another ball which hit the back of the mound. It took a wicked hop. It went off of Harris's glove. It over to Cobb, who with a bare hand grabbed the ball and stood on second base. He held the ball aloft to show the umpire, and that is what you call a 6-4 fielder's choice or a 4-6 fielder's choice to end the inning. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base for Rocky Mountain. We head to the third, 1-0. Ballers on 860 AM, The Answer. Really nice work from Dylan Matsuoka in that second inning. Back-to-back singles to begin the second, and then 2 backwards Ks and induces an inning-ending weekly hit ground ball. It's 1-0 Oakland here in the third. And the top of the order in Tremaine Cobb to face Nick Powers for a second time through. First pitch to Cobb is a changeup that catches the outside corner. It's 0-1. Cobb singled to begin the ballgame, was eliminated on the double play. The next pitch to Cobb is a swing and miss on the changeup low. Four hits for Oakland so far, 2 in each inning. The 0-2. Cobb looks at a changeup off the plate. It's a nice pitch from Powers. It's always going to be a ball, and you say, hey, maybe he'll go after it. Now they set up inside on Cobb, and the pitch comes inside under the arms for for ball 2, but Powers wants to challenge. Let's see. So it's a confirmed ball, which means Rocky Mountain loses that challenge. So it's 2-2 to Cobb. Pitch on its way. Cobb swings a ground ball to short. It's going to be picked up by Kieber. His throw across is well in time. It's a 6-3 ground out. And there's one out here in the third. That'll bring up Pat Monteith. Pat grounded into a double play in his first at bat. See if he can put a one, maybe get his third big fly on the year. Powers into the windup. Pitch is a fastball high. So the challenge which Powers got wrong, that's coming from the pitcher. And you know what we say about challenges from the mound. Big swing by Pat, but he comes up empty. It's 1-1. One away here in the top of the third. Bases are empty in a 1-0 Ballers lead. To the plate, and Monty gets down to a knee in a big swing and a miss on a changeup, 1-2. Maybe trying to do a little too much there. The 1-2. This is out to center field. Booth is over, and he will make the catch. As lazy a fly ball as you can stadium, they're not routine very often. And there's 2 outs in the third. Same position for Almanza when he came up the first. Is empty with 2 outs. First pitch from Powers. Almanza gets underneath of this one to right. In is the right fielder. He is there, and he will make the catch for the final out of the third. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Nick Powers. And we head to the bottom of the third. Ballers lead 1-0 on 860 AM, The Answer. Moving right along to the bottom of the third, top of the order for Rocky Mountain, Booth, Wilmer, and Linscott to face Dylan Matsuoka. So let's take the first 2 innings for each pitcher. Each pitcher faced 9 through the first 2 innings. Powers gave up 4 hits, induced a double play, and allowed 1 run to score. Matsuoka just allowed 2 singles. So Powers has had the 1-2-3 third. Let's see if Matsuoka can match that here. It'll be the second time through the order. Rocky Mountain here from Block Tickets Stadium, which is, I must admit, a company of which I've never heard. Carter Booth grounded out to second to begin this inning, or to begin the game, I should say. The batting for Rocky Mountain. Here comes Matsuoka's first pitch to Booth. He shows bunt. It's a fastball high. He pulls it back in time. The appeal from Tatum and the first base umpire, yes, indeed, he did pull it back in time. It's 1-0. 33 pitches, 2 innings of work for Matsuoka. That's not all that bad. Here comes the 1-0. Booth swings, pops this up. This may be playable. Almanza is over, nearing the stands, and that is into the 6th row. The wind is still blowing in. It's coming from the direction of center field toward home plate. So this field might play a little bit smaller right now. It's a 1-1 to Booth. Matsuoka from the windup. And the pitch is a slider. Ripped at Cobb, who makes the catch. A line out to the Oakland shorts. And there's one away. Here's Stephen Wilmer. Wilmer struck out swinging against Dylan Matsuoka the first time around. Fastball on the outside. Matsuoka will step off here. That will reset the pitch clock. Now, if you do that a couple times with no one on base, a ball called on you. The first pitch is way high and outside on the fastball, 1-0. 1-0 Oakland here in the bottom of the 3rd. Matsuoka from the windup. Here it comes. Fastball. Ooh, a called strike. That's a pitcher's strike on the outside, 1-1. I mean, that's a spot that if you're getting that call, you attack that. Now a 1-1. Matsuoka goes inside and Wilmer fouls it down the line, 1-2. So you go away, then you tie him up inside. Wilmer, 5'9", 200 from Sarasota. Still just 25 years old. His 3rd year in the Pioneer League. The 1-2 now for Matsuoka on its way. The fastball is strike 3, called on the outside. The exact same spot that he struck Wilmer last time. That's now 4 Ks for Dylan. This is more of the May Dylan Matsuoka than the June one. And this is good to see for Oakland. Sam Linscott. First pitch on its way is a fastball for a called strike. Attacking hitters and keeping them off balance. 4 strikeouts, 3 of them looking. And for a 1-2-3 third. The 0-1 to Linscott is a fastball swung on and missed. It's 0-2. This has been a quick inning for Matsuoka. Now he rocks back into the windup. The 0-2 pitch on its way, and Linscott takes just high. That's a really nice pitch. That's a pitch that Dylan is looking for Linscott to try to bring the hands in and maybe swing at a ball that's in the gray zone. How about a 1-2? Here it comes, and Linscott swings and misses. Right back to the same location, and it's 5 Ks for Matsuoka through 3 innings of work. 1-0 Oakland as we head to the 4th on 860 AM, The Answer. We have fourth in a 1-0 Oakland lead. Harris, Buford, and Tatum face off against the lefty Nick Powers. Your line score through 3 innings thus far, it's a run on 4 hits and an error for the Oakland Ballers, no runs on 2 hits, and no errors for the Rocky Mountain Vibes. Harris grounded out to second in his first at bat as he strides to the plate. Powers up. Here's the first pitch to Danny. Swing, a high chopper toward third. This is taken by Adams on the big hop, and he throws to first in time. Harris is out on 1 pitch, 5-3. So again, there are 10 games left, and that includes this game. The Ballers' magic number sits at 9 if you want to include tiebreakers, and we have to because we don't know how the tiebreakers are going to finish up. Let's dive into that, shall we? Here's Buford. Takes a ball inside. It's 1-0. The first tiebreaker for any position is head-to-head. And we know Missoula holds that tiebreaker because they won 2 of 3. Buford takes high on the slider, 2-0. But Oakland doesn't play Yuba Sutter or Idaho Falls. So you can't go to head-to-head. So what's the next one down? The 2-0, Cam into left field, a base hit. Got a pitch to hit, and he hit the pitch. 2 hits for Buford. That'll bring up Dylan Tatum. So the next tiebreaker down is runs allowed by your pitching staff. And not earned runs, just runs allowed. Well, the Ballers are only, I think, about 10 or 12 better than Yuba Sutter, which is way too close to assume any type of tiebreaker that we already know about going to one team or the other. First pitch to Dylan is a breaking ball on the outside. It's called for a strike, 0-1. So we've got to include a tiebreaker scenario in our calculations. The 0-1. Powers to the plate, and Dylan swings and misses. A fastball on the outside and too quick for Tatum. It's 0-2. If the Ballers and the Paddleheads finish in this spot where they are now, both as playoff teams, then the head-to-head doesn't matter. They're just called co-champs. The head-to-head only matters with Missoula is if those 2 teams are both trying to get that second spot. Tatum swings, and he will line that to third on a hop. It's second for 1. The throw to first is in time. That's an around-the-horn double play, 5-4-3, and the inning is over. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It is still 1-0 Oakland on 860 AM, The Answer. It's the bottom of the 4th. It's 1-0 Oakland. Matsuoka to face 4, 5, and 6 here in the 4th. We're going to continue our discussion about our current situation with 10 games remaining. Let's call it 9.5 for fun. The half so far that would make up that 10th game is a 1-0 Oakland lead in the 4th. But if you want to root for one thing in this final stretch, if it only had to be one, it's for losses by the High Wheelers. Whether the Paddleheads win all their games or not really slightly immaterial to Oakland lowering its magic number over a non-playoff team. Right now, Idaho Falls is 4 games out. It's a 4-horse race because Oakland has more or less eliminated Boise and Rocky Mountain from this playoff chase. Boise is 6 games back, Rocky Mountain 6.5. So it's Idaho Falls who still are in shouting distance, but the High Wheelers are right on their tail. And the Ballers 9-1 in their last 10 and gained just one game in the standings because Yuba has gone 8-2. We'll check the scoreboard in a couple innings, but that is really our main focus will be here, or else that magic number is not going to go down by much, and it might become somebody else's magic number. First pitch to Laura. It's a fastball in the dirt. I say all this also to say that next week at home could be a lot of fun. So you are going to want to be there. 1-0. It's down in the dirt, 2-0. If you've seen some of our posts from our just absolutely awesome social media team, you'll know that on Tuesday, the first game back is a $2 Tuesday. And we'll celebrate the 1975 Golden State Warriors championship. Laura field over his Monteith. He will make the catch. That hung up for Pat. And I did not see that ball making it all the way out there. You just have to remind yourself what stadium you are playing in. There is one away. Wednesday, we'll have our winning Wednesday. That's a special 105 starts. And we're hoping to see a lot of summer camps out there. Bring the kids out, a 105 Wednesday start. We'll also be giving away a Ballers poster and a raffle for 2 kids' bikes. Here's Garrett Kieber. He looks at a fastball low to begin the at-bat. Thursday, we'll celebrate Italian Heritage Night. The park, of course, the namesake of an Italian-American, Ernie Raimondi. 1-0. Kieber looks at a slider for a strike. 1-1. The weekend will be a lot of fun. Star Wars night on Friday. With some merch drops on that night. 1-1. Swing and a miss by Kieber. Came out of his shoes on the slider. On Saturday, we'll celebrate Oakland Stands Up. We'll don the black jerseys. There will be a pregame block party if you're so inclined. The game is at 4:35 and party starts at 2. The 1-2 to Kieber. Fastball swung on and missed. 6 Ks for Matsuoka. 2 away in the 4th. That is nothing more than a guy on the mound saying, this is my fastball. I dare you to try and hit it, and then just blowing it by a guy. The first half ends on Sunday, the 13th, with Zoo Day at 1:05. So that is your next homestand, 1 through 6. First pitch to Chenard, a strike. Chenard is 1 for 1 with a single in the second. Matsuoka from the windup. The pitch on its way is hit to left field. That is down for a base hit. Helmick over to take it on 3 hops. And Chenard 2. That's the first hit since Chenard's single in the second. And that'll bring up Will Butcher. So I encourage you to come out to any of those promotional days next week. And, hey, track. Keep a lookout for some magic number posts because we will let you know that there may be some important games you may want to come to for other reasons next week. We'll have to see. First pitch to Butcher is a ground ball toward on 4 hops. He'll shuffle it to Danny Harris at second. The fielder's choice ends the inning on the first pitch to Will Butcher. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left on base. We are through 4 on our Thursday evening. It's 0 Oakland on 860 AM, The Answer. Top of inning 5 here in Colorado Springs as we just about hit the 1 hour mark in our ball game. It's a 1-0 lead for Oakland in what is so far developing to be the lowest scoring game of the entire road trip. But this is a ballpark that I don't know the last time there has been a shutout. And certainly not many games that end 1-0. So a lot more scoring to be done. And when the Ballers were up 5 runs yesterday, you even felt a little bit uncomfortable about that lead. Helmick, Leahy, and Buggs against Powers. 55 pitches for Powers, very economical. First pitch is ripped into right field by Helmick. It's a base hit. He's going to take a little turn as the right fielder, Linscott, fires it in. And Lou Helmick, 2 hits today. The second baller with a multi-hit game. That'll bring up Leahy. Leahy had a really nice stroke to right field. It was a line out to Linscott, the right fielder. So Helmick aboard with no outs. Powers is set at the belt. There goes the runner. It's a high bouncer in front of the plate, and the pitcher is going to let that drop foul. It was a hit and run. Leahy swung. It bounced maybe even off the plate, high into the air. It bounced once on the grass and then once out of play. So a strike to Leahy. And everybody's got to go back. Well, all you really ask your batter on that is to make contact. And Nick did so there. Helmick went on first move by Powers. Leahy is back in, 0-1. Powers set, now he kicks and fires, and Leahy swings, hits us down the right field line. This will get out of play. Into the picnic terrace down the right field line, which is well attended today. Oh, 2. Setting up inside is the catcher. The pitch to Leahy is high. It's 1-2. 1-0 Oakland here in the 5th. One-two. Leahy swings a high chopper toward second. Adams to second for 1. The return throw is in time. It's another double play. The third by the Vibes today. 2 outs for Darryl Buggs. 6-4-3 in the first. 5-4-3 that ended the 4th, and now another 4-3 double play. It was Keeper, rather, at short that began that double play. First pitch to Darryl Buggs. It's a fastball called strike 1 on the outside. Buggsy hit into a fielder's choice to end the second. Here he takes a ball just a touch inside. It's a pretty good pitch from Powers. Here comes the 1-1 now. Buggs swings and taps that foul. It's 1-2. Well, Oakland's certainly being kept off balance. And Powers only at 62 pitches, looking to complete 5. If you're under 75, you are in a great spot. Buggs looks at a foul ball high, 2-2. Well, can Oakland start a 2-out rally? Powers to the plate, and it's a for the third. Adams takes it on 2 hops. His throw across the diamond is just in time to beat Buggs by a step. Nice play by the third baseman. 3 up and 3 down with a double play in there. No runs, a hit, no errors, no one left on base. To the bottom fifth, 1-0 Oakland on 860 AM The Answer. It's the bottom of the fifth inning. It's still a 1-0 Oakland lead. Hi, everybody. My name is Tyler Peterson. It's good to have you with us on this road trip. This is our 9th game altogether. First 6 brought to you by the dulcet tones of Nevada Cullen. And he is on assignment for the rest of the week and the rest of next week as well. It's a long assignment, and it is top secret, so I cannot reveal any details, unfortunately. Alex Adams, Tristan Garcia, and Carter Booth to face off against Matsuoka, who, listen, it's the fifth inning now. You can call it a pitcher's duel now. 1-0 lead for Oakland. 6 Ks for Matsuoka. Let's see if he can keep this going. He's just allowed 3 hits thus far. The wind has shifted here in the park. It's running right across the field from right to left. Matsuoka begins the motion for his first pitch. It's a fastball a little bit low, apparently. Showed bunt and pulled it back. He will pull in just slightly at third. The next pitch, ground ball, back to Matsuoka. He picks it up, he stops, he throws softly to first, and it's still in time. 1-3, and there's one away in the 5th. So for Powers, he finished the 5th somewhere around 65 pitches. Matsuoka at 50. So he has a chance to do something similar. First pitch to Garcia. He puts down a bunt. Leahy charges. He will bear and he will throw, and it is not in time. The ball slips out of the glove of Almanza, and that's going to be a base hit. The throw from Leahy was a good one. I think the glove of Almanza hit the limits of the base runner, and so the ball popped out. So it's a bunt base hit. It was a really nice play. It almost was the second out of the inning. That'll bring up leadoff man Carter Booth. So that's the first hit for Garcia today. Leadoff man Booth, who is 0 for 2. First pitch, he shows bunt, and the fastball is up and in. Well, Les Lancaster might be going with the ground attack now. He recognizes what kind of game this has been. And I'm curious to know if it is because of the wind or not that we are at a low-scoring game so far. Booth will swing away. A ground ball to Cobb. He boots it, throws to Harris for one. The return throw is not in time. So he recovered enough to get the first out. It's a fielder's choice that allows Booth to get to first. And with Booth's speed, if you don't make that play perfectly, there is not going to be enough time to still get him as the trailing runner. Here's Wilmer. So 2 outs. Runner at first in a 1-0 game. Wilmer has pop. First pitch fastball high and away. We know Stephen Wilmer has pop because he both hurt the Ballers and helped the Ballers last year as an opponent and as a team. The 1-0. Wilmer fouls it back toward the press box. It's 1-1. Again, I have seen a ball go into the press box here in Rocky Mountain. It's one of the few where I think it is possible. It's a 1-1 count to Wilmer. Matsuoka will throw over to first, and back to the bag is Booth. The wind is really whipping right now. I'm watching those flags in left field. Just so long as that is not accompanied by any rain or lightning, we're going to be all right. 1-1. Wilmer looks at a ball low. Fastball just a touch low to Stephen Wilmer. There is a fireworks show after this game, and I have seen fireworks shows get canned due to high winds. I feel bad for this crowd if that were to happen. It's 2-1 to Wilmer. Matsuoka kicks. There goes the runner. It's swung on. This is hit to right field. Will Monteith get there? No, no one will. It drops in front of him. Running was Booth on the play, but he's going to stop at third as the ball trickles out in front of home now, and it's Monza to pick it up. Everyone is going to stop. They hesitated in between the bags. It'll be men at the corners with 2 outs. The wind knocked that thing down in front of Monteith. Booth ran on the play. The ball got away from Almanza, and Booth just was too indecisive at third whether to come home or not. It's going to be a single and put runners at the corners with 2 outs for Sam Linscott. So a lot of ways for Rocky Mountain to tie this game now with a runner at third. Matsuoka holding on to a 1-0 lead. You might be able to hear that wind on my effects mic. The first pitch to Linscott, who is dangerous. Matsuoka fires. Fastball is inside on Linscott. It's 1-0. Wilmer is not known to swipe bags, but he is successful in the only one that he has attempted this year. Matsuoka comes set. Linscott is 0 for 2 today. The pitch to Linscott is fouled away. That was a fastball inside that Linscott just could not get around. When Matsuoka struck out Linscott, it was on a pitch like that at a little bit higher. Got him to swing through it. Wind gusts of about 22 right now. 22 miles an hour. The 1-1. Linscott swings, fouls that away. Again, a fastball inside. Men are at the corners with 2 outs. It's a 1-0 Oakland lead here in the bottom of the 5th. Matsuoka bent over at the waist, waiting for the sign from Tatum. He has it. He comes set with 6 on the clock. The 1-2. Here it comes. High fastball, fouled out of play. They have a very definite way that they're attacking Linscott right now. Can Matsuoka hold this lead into a 6th inning? Couple of looks over to first by Matsuoka. Now he comes set. The next pitch to Linscott. On its way. It's a fastball hit down the baseline. Foul. That was a fastball that bled out over the plate. May have even been on the other side of the strike zone. And Linscott just was able to poke at it. Well, he is pitching for the strikeout now, the way they're attacking Linscott. We'll wait on another 1-2. Matsuoka comes set. 6 left on the pitch clock. He waits. He kicks. He fires. It's swung on. This is out to right field. Monteith stops. Comes in. Still coming in. Still coming in. He makes a running catch. The inning is over. It's a 5th inning with a goose egg on the board. No runs on 2 hits. No errors. And 2 men left on base for Rocky Mountain. We head to the 6th. 1-0 Ballers on 860 AM The Answer. Welcome back to Ballers Baseball. It's a 2-1 count to Tremaine Cobb. Apologies for getting back a little bit late. A 1-0 lead in the top of the 6th. For the 3rd time. The 2-1 pitch is fouled away. It's 2-2. So Matsuoka and Powers locked in a duel tonight. This is fun to see. Use the word refreshing because I love if the Ballers were up 10 instead of 1. The 2-2 on its way. Cobb, line drive, left field. That's a base hit. And Trey's got his 2nd hit of the night. We're happy to be with you on 860 AM The Answer, on 860amtheanswer.com, and back on YouTube as well. If you'd like to interact on our chat tonight, please feel free. Here's Pat Monteith. First pitch to Pat. He puts down a bunt, a pretty decent one as well. Powers has 1 play to first, and it is just in time. So I want to see whether or not they give him the sacrifice there. It looked like, yes, they are going to give him the sacrifice. It goes 1-3, and it puts a man at second. So maybe Aaron Miles also feeling the pressure of the 1-run lead on the other half, the back end of the 9. Not the back 9, but the back end of. Here's Almanza, a runner at second with 1 away. Nice bunt by Pat. First pitch hits Almanza in the back. And then it gets a big piece of Chenard as well. So Almanza goes to first. That'll set up a potential double play opportunity for the Vibes, who've already turned 3 today. You know what? This is a pitcher's duel, and we have not done a question on the answer segment yet. So, all right, ears up for everyone who wants to chime in on our YouTube stream. This is a pitcher's duel right now. I want to know your favorite pitcher of all time. Now, I know the butts are going to say Reed. I want a major league pitcher. If you are a big fan of maybe Randy Johnson or Greg Maddux, we'll see how far back these answers go. Because the Pioneer League does not have pitching duels very often. First pitch to Harris, a big breaking ball in for a called strike one. Harris is 0 for 2 today. He's sitting on a 20-game hit streak. Cobb is at second, Almanza is at first, and the infield is playing behind the runners. Powers to the plate. It's swung on and fouled back to the screen. It's 0-2. Harris waits. Powers is set. A look at second. Now he kicks and fires. Swings and fouls it back. And we got some answers. Xavier Garcia says Logan Webb. All time, huh? Logan Webb, all time. If you're a Giants fan, not Lincecum or Kane. On how far you go back. The next pitch to Harris is outside. All time. Wow, okay. I mean, now listen, I love Logan Webb as much as the next man, but okay. Dave Stewart, good one. Bob Gibson, good. Mudcat Grant, love it. Greg Maddux, okay. So 1-2 to Harris. Ground ball, slowly hit up third, and they are going to let that ball kick foul. Ben Verhoek says A's and Giants legend Boof Bonser. I don't remember him on the A's. It is 1-2. I can tell you Mazzaro was an A's and Giants reliever. Sean Anderson says El Duque, Orlando Hernandez, big old windup. Yes, the big leg kick. When I became aware of him, he was pitching for the Mets early on in my life. Ballers are up 1-0 here in the sixth. They've got two men on at first and second with one. It's Harris at the dish. It's still a 1-2 count. And the pitch to Danny is off the glove of the catcher. It's way high. It's a wild pitch that advances both runners. And that is one of the few mistakes that Powers has made all night. Justin Collins chiming in with Vita Blue. Hey, speaking of young all-stars, how about Jacob Wilson? That guy is just so much fun to watch, and I am so glad that he's going to be an all-star this year. Infield comes in. It's a 2-2 count to Danny Harris. He swings and hits this ball up the middle. It's a base hit. Cobb scores. Almanza gets the windmill. He will touch home on a 2-run single by Danny Harris, who has a 21-game hit streak and gives Oakland a 3-0 lead. And that is just a good piece of hitting by Harris. And he is a guy that is up there with an idea, and he knows how to hit directionally. And it's a huge hit. Here's Buford. There goes Harris. He's going to be picked off. The throw from the first baseman to the shortstop is going to be in time. And the pickoff goes 1-3-6. So Harris was going first move, and he is picked off. That'll bring up Buford. Buford looks at a strike. The next pitch is in the dirt. One and one to Buford, who has 2 hits off of Powers today. Powers from the motion. The next pitch is a fastball outside. A 2-1. Buford, a ground ball foul. It's 2-2. Well, Harris might have been picked off, but he has the big hit. And of course, we can still keep talking about the hit streak. Next pitch, this is to center field. That's down for a base hit. And Cam Buford has 3 hits today. That'll bring up Tatum. Now a 1-0 lead and a 3-0 lead are not very different here in this stadium. But today, in this game with this wind, it might be that different a ball game. First pitch to Tatum is a strike. That's a swing and a miss by Tatum on the next big breaking ball. It's 0-2. Struck out and then hit into an around the horn double play. 2 outs, a man at first. 2-strike count to Tatum. There goes Buford. Pitch is down low. The throw from Chenard is not in time. And Cam Buford is a perfect 14 of 14 on the year. And he is still perfect. I was going to say he's now tied for the team lead. Yes, tied for the team lead with Bugsy at 14. So now a single will score Cam. Here comes a 1-2. Powers instead with an inside move to chase Buford back, just in case he had ideas. Now, Adams at third is playing a very deep third with the right-handed hitter at the dish. So it's up to Garcia to keep Buford close. Powers to the plate. Tatum swings. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Powers will run it over. Underhand flip to first. It's in time, and the inning is over. A big 2-run single by Danny Harris. It's 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors, and a man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. 3-0 Oakland on 860 AM. The Answer. I've received some advice from afar, like Ben Kenobi. Nevada Colin has given me some proper settings, so hopefully the audio is now fixed on this YouTube stream. It is 3-0 Oakland here in the bottom of the 6th. Matsuoka is still on the hill. I'm Tyler Peterson. We're very glad to have you here on this July 3rd, Independence Day Eve. We will wish America a happy 249th birthday tomorrow from the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Gary Laura will lead it off against Dylan Matsuoka here in the 6th. Laura, then Kieber, and Chenard. Laura has hit pretty deep fly balls, a fly out to center and a line out to right. First pitch, Laura shows bunt. It's a slider that front doors Laura. It's a called strike. And he's going to take his time out. Laura pointed toward the plate as if to say, hey, that was inside, and then took his time out. So 0-1. It was the 70th pitch for Matsuoka in this game. He rocks, and he fires. It's over the head of Laura now. He had to duck out of the way of that one, 1-1. He is not a man that I would make angry at 6'4", 230, all muscle. Here comes a 1-1. Laura takes a fastball way outside. Matsuoka just overthrew that one. Now here comes the 2-1. Laura looks at a fastball at the top of the zone. Strike 2, but Laura's going to challenge. Let's see. What do we got? It is a confirmed strike, which means Rocky Mountain now has lost 2. Oakland has yet to even make a challenge. A 2-2 to Laura. Matsuoka from the windup. The pitch on the way is a swing and a foul back. They attacked Laura with a fastball on the inside. As I said, a really nice crowd here on a Thursday evening. We're expecting even a bigger one tomorrow for 4th of July. 2-2. Laura swings, hits this to center field. Bugs is racing back. He's still moving back. Now he turns around, back pedals, and makes the catch in front of the track for out number 1. That'll bring up Garrett Kieber, the shortstop. Kieber had a hit in the 2nd. First pitch on its way from Dylan here is a fastball high. Three 0 Oakland. The 1-0. Fastball outside, 2-0. Matsuoka 50 strikes to 27 balls. He's been in the zone today. He's been great. Tatum setting up low and in. Here's the pitch. Looks at strike 1 at the bottom of the zone. 2-1 on the fastball. Six strikeouts for Dylan, and Kieber was his 6th in the 4th. Now a fastball, strike at the letters. 2-2. That would be right around the spot that Laura challenged unsuccessfully. It's a 2-2 pitch from Matsuoka. Here it comes, and it's swung on and missed. A fastball on the outside. Too late that time from Kieber, and he ties a season high. For the 4th time this year, Dylan Matsuoka has 7 Ks in a baseball game. And that'll bring up Austin Chenard. We look at his outings this year, and we'll look at the first 3 in order. First pitch to Chenard. It's a fastball for a called strike 1. 5 innings, 1 run, 3 hits, a walk, 7 strikeouts. Win. 5 innings, 1 run, 3 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Win. He is 2-0 on the year. The 0-1 is fouled out of play. It is now 0-2. And then against Glacier, 6 innings, 3 runs, 5 hits, 4 walks, and 7 strikeouts took the no decision in that game. The Ballers did win in the knockout round. And now a strike away from 6 shutout innings. Can he do it? 0-2 to Austin Chenard. Matsuoka rocks, and he fires, and he hits Chenard right between the... And these fans do not like that. And it's actually interesting. Chenard, even on the hit by pitch to Almanza, was hit by the baseball that hit Almanza. So now he's been hit twice. So 2 hits for Austin Chenard, and now he has been hit. It's a 2-out base runner for Rocky Mountain. That'll bring up Will Butcher. So on 0-2, when you in the back like that, what that tells me is that you are just trying to grip that baseball so hard that you just throw it right through the bat. So that's all that Matsuoka did there. He was just, I think, trying a little too hard to blow it by Butcher instead of focusing on the pitch that he needed to make. So Butcher is attended to, and now Les Lancaster will walk across the infield back to his third base coach's box. And the Butcher at bat will commence. Ballers up 3-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. Butcher is 0 for 2. Vibes with a man on with 2 outs. The first pitch to Butcher is a called strike under the arms. And Butcher is going to challenge. Interesting. This is interesting. Let's see. It is overturned to a ball. Okay. Well, Rocky Mountain wins the challenge, but that is a little bit risky. It's 1-0 to Butcher. Pitch on its way. Butcher, a ground ball toward Cobb. He dives. He stops it. He flips it to Harris. That's the inning. Trey Cobb on the full stretch stops the ball before it gets to the outfield grass and then shovels a pass to Danny at second for the final out, and another 6-4 fielder's choice. Get Butcher. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. We head to the 7th, 3-0 Ballers on 860 AM The Answer. Welcome back to Ballers Baseball here on 860 AM. It's the top of inning 7. Both starters are still in this ball game. It'll be Helmick, Leahy, and Bugs to face off against Nick Powers, who is having a really good day on the mound. Just not as good a day Dylan Matsuoka is having right now in this pitcher's duel. Ballers have won the first 2 of this series. They're going for a 3rd straight victory here and a 8th straight victory overall, which is a current league high. Now, there's something interesting happening down the first baseline. James Harris is in discussion with Anthony Ray and Les Lancaster. I don't know what this discussion is about. Or not. No one up here is sure what the conversation is about, but it's, I think Ray, the assistant coach, and James Harris having the most of the discussion. Okay, everybody disperses, and let's play baseball. First pitch from Powers to Helmick. He takes low. We look at Grand Junction. No score reported so far from that game. That may be because of weather. 1-0 to Helmick. Takes low again, 2-0. Ogden, Idaho Falls. They're scoreless in the first, which may mean that they have weather as well. 2-0. Helmick swings. Drive to right field. Moving over to his left. Now in is the right fielder. Linscott still coming in, and he will make the catch. Well, if you're going to hit in the air, don't hit it high up like, because it's going to get knocked down right now. Bad news. Yuba Sutter, 5-1 at Glacier in the fourth. Billings and Boise tied at 4 in the fourth. Great Falls 2, Missoula 3. That game in the fourth as well. Here's Nick Leahy. Leahy swings, hits the ball up the middle, and that is through for a base hit. It may have just skipped off the front of the mound as well. The mound today has been taking a plummeting from the baseballs getting hit off. I think there's 4 baseballs that have been hit off the mound today. A pummeling, I should say. One away with Leahy at first, and now Bugs at the plate. 3-0 Oakland in the 7th. First pitch, Bugsy takes high and away for ball 1. Powers at 93 pitches. He has given up 10 hits, but he has scattered them so well. 3 double plays on the infield. Next pitch, high and away as well. To Bugs. Jermaine Cobb on deck. He has 2 hits. A 2-0 to Bugs. He takes high, 3-0. Okay. If there was something on in this at bat, I very much doubt it'll be on here. The 3-0. Bugs looks 1. An off-speed pitch that caught the bottom portion of the zone. Three and 1 the count. Bugs swings, fouls that down the right field line. Over is the right fielder, and yes, indeed, it will finish its journey out of play. Beyond the wall and potential grab of Sam Linscott. It'll be a full count for Darryl Bugs by the time he gets back to home plate, which he now just does. Now on 3-2, there's a lefty on the mound, but would they send Leahy? Got to make sure that Powers is coming to the plate. They're not going to send Leahy, and he's back to the bag. Powers throw over. Do you change things up now? Maybe you send him now after the throw over. 3-2. Not going. Bugs looks at a pitch low. That is an excellent take by Darryl Bugs. It did not miss by much. And now here comes Les Lancaster. This might be it for Nick Powers, who goes 6 1/3. Really a really nice job by Powers. He only struck out 1 hitter on the day, but has only given up 3 runs. And we'll take a break and come back, or leave her out of the pen for Rocky Mountain and this crowd to give him a nice ovation as he walks off. 3-0 Ballers in the 7th on 860 AM The Answer. We are here in the 7th, a new pitcher on for the Rocky Mountain Vibes. It may be a name familiar to you, Trey Morrell. 6'7", 225 right-hander out of Loma, Colorado, 25 years old. He was a Vibe last year. We did see Morrell times. He is a hard-throwing right-hander. He started the year as the closer for the Vibes. I don't know whether or not he is still in that exact role, but he been hit around a little bit more this year than last. Still a fairly decent ERA of 5.87 out of the pen. 16 appearances, a 2-1 record. He has 4 saves on the year. He's only struck out 16 and 15 in the 3rd innings. He'll face Cobb, 2 men on, 1 man out. First pitch to Cobb is a fastball off the plate. So Powers is out. He allowed a single to Leahy, then he walked Bugs. Those are the 2 base runners in a 3-0 game that is going the way of Oakland. The 1-0 to Trey. Trey versus Trey. Fastball is a called strike at the knees. 6 1/3 innings for Powers. 10 hits allowed, 3 runs. Both were earned. 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and a hit by pitch. If no runs are allowed from here, it'll be a quality start for him. The 1-1. Cobb looks at a breaking ball low. 2-1 now. Wind is still whipping. The wind's coming slightly from the right side of center field. The next pitch, Cobb fouls that one sharply out of play. Caleb Franzen is getting warm for Oakland in their bullpen. Here comes a 2-2. Trey fouls it back. May have got a pitch to hit there. It was something belt high. It might have even been something that was hanging. Sent it back to the screen. Still 2-2. Morrell comes set with 10 seconds left. He kicks. And Cobb to right field. That's a base hit over the jump of the first baseman. They're going to send Leahy home. The throw from Linscott is going to be cut off, and Cobb has his 3rd hit of the day. It brings in a 4th run for Oakland. Bugs goes all the way around to 3rd. Ballers lead by 3 in the 7th. So no quality start for Nick Powers, as that'll be a 4th run attributed to him. And now a pinch hitter, Isai Santos. The left-handed swinger will hit for Monteith. And we imagine that Santos will stay in for the rest of this game and right as well. 4-1, Oakland leads. Trey's 3rd hit is Oakland's 11th hit. Santos stands in batting .273, 2 home runs, 16 RBI. Morrell's first pitch to the plate. Swing and a miss. Much too late from Santos there on the fastball. Morrell does have a little bit of a high kick, and they could think about sending Cobb to second here. He comes set. It's an 0-1. Cobb does not go, and it's a half swing from Santos. It's a called strike on the outer half. A little bit of a pitcher's strike there. 0-2. Morrell set. The 0-2 to Santos. There goes Cobb. Is it a delayed steal? No, it's a throw-through steal, and he is out. Boy, Cobb is looking toward Harris. And now, I think Cobb thought something else was called for there. Out by plenty, 2-6. It's 1-2 to Santos with 2 outs. The pitch, Isai takes just inside, 2-2. I thought Cobb sort of stopped halfway, almost to let himself get caught up so that he could let Bugs come home. The 2-2. Isai swings and misses at the breaking ball. The inning is over. Well, the Ballers do get a run out of that inning. It's the RBI hit by Cobb. A run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left on base. We'll take a break and come back for the bottom of the 7th. There will be an extended break because they will have the singing of God Bless America. We'll come back after this inning. It'll be 4-0. The Oakland Ballers leading on 860 AM, The Answer. It's the bottom of the 7th inning, and Aaron Miles has decided that it is time for the Rocky Mountain Vibes in a 4-0 game, which Oakland leads, to swim the seas of his bullpen. Caleb Franzen is into the game. Dylan Matsuoka, his night is done. At 85 pitches, Matsuoka, at one of the toughest places to pitch in the league, has his best start. 6 innings, 5 hits, no runs, no walks, 7 strikeouts, and just 1 hit by pitch. Caleb Franzen, this will be game 16 for him, a 2-0 record, a 5.68 ERA. The first pitch to Adams is down the line. That is foul, just foul. Almost extra bases for Adams on the first pitch he saw. Franzen, 22 Ks to only walks in 19 innings. Has given up 21 hits in that time. His first appearance of this series, the 0-1 pitch is swung on and fouled back. And his first appearance since allowing a 3-run home run to Colton Horner last Sunday, the baller, game in which Connor Richardson got the save. It's a quick 0-2 to Adams on 2 foul balls. Franzen set, and the next pitch on its way is swung on and missed. The off-speed on the outside gets Adams swinging, and he is gone for the first out of the 7th. That'll bring up Tristan Garcia. Well, so far in this series, the Ballers out of their bullpen used Bogosian and Kelby for 2 1/3 or 3 1/3 on Tuesday. First pitch to Garcia is in the dirt. Last night, they asked 3 pitchers to get them 3 1/3. Richardson went 1 and 1, or 1 1/3, I should say. Lambert went an inning, and Collier went an inning. Allowed just 1 run in that process, or 1 hit, I should say. This is out to left center field. This is carrying. Helmick will stop. He'll turn. and he'll make the catch for the second out of the 7th. It very much was a gem, Paul. Dylan Matsuoka threw a gem tonight. The leadoff man, Booth, to face Franzen. He is thus far 0 for 3. Two outs in the inning. First pitch from Franzen is a fastball at the knees. It's a called The next pitch is swung on and missed. I've figured it out. All right. I've figured it out. We are on YouTube now. It was an error within StreamYard, which is what we use. We're back. The 1-2 to Almanza is just outside. And now a challenge by the Vibes. I think that's strike 3. Folks, my apologies. Pitch is overturned to strike 3. The inning is over. All right, we'll have the bottom of the ninth on the other side. 6-0 Oakland on 860 AM. The answer, I appreciate the play-by-play on YouTube, Pog86. I appreciate the handover. We'll go to the ninth. 6-0 Oakland on 860 AM. The answer. Connor Sullivan, one of the league's best closers, is in to close things out in a non-save situation. It's 6-0. Oakland leading in the ninth. We are back on YouTube, and I can tell you this, we did lose Wi-Fi for some time, but after that there was a settings change which had to be addressed, and now everybody's back. I'll tell you what, we appreciate you tuning in on 860 AM The Answer. If that ever happens again, open up your iHeartRadio app, go to 860amtheanswer.com, open up TuneIn. Wherever you can hear radio, you can probably hear our broadcast. So if that ever happens again, but I'll half answer Dan's question, which is the Ballers were shut out by the Jackalopes this year in their second series. Sullivan to face Chenard. And the first pitch from Connor is swung on, hits to right field. Santos comes in, moves over to his left, now stops and makes the catch. One pitch, one out here in the ninth. Carson Limber with a 1-2-3/8. No hits, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout. And now it's Sully. That'll bring up Will Butcher. These fans are ready for fireworks. The first pitch to Butcher. It's a fastball, a touch high. Next pitch, slider, fouled out of play. It's 0-2. Sullivan, an 0-1 record, 17 appearances, 8 saves, a 1.96 ERA, 20 Ks, 6 walks in 18 1/3. A 1-1 on its way now from Sully. Slider, strike 2, looked at by Butcher. He is 0 for 3 today. This is Tyler. This is Tyler, Dan. The 1-2 on its way. Slider swung on and missed. 2 outs. Nevada calling on assignments for the next week and a half will just be me. Ballers now 1 out away from an 8th straight victory. Alex Adams The first pitch from Sullivan. Fastball, called strike on the outside. 1 strike. Closer to the end of this ball game. Sullivan from the windup. His 7th pitch of the inning is a ball. Slider way outside, 1-1. The 1-1, breaking ball, that's fouled back. Adams had no idea where that pitch was going to end up, and he just got a piece of it. 1-2. Ballers a strike away, an out away. Sully from the windup. The 1-2 pitch on its way, and that is way outside as Sullivan tried to blow away Adams and just overthrew that ball. All right. So it's 2-2. Let's do it again. Connor is now ready from the windup. The kick, the pitch, slider outside, 3-2. I have to attack Adams here. Adams has struck out twice today. He's 0 for 3. Sully's ready early this time. A 3-2 pitch is strike 3 called on the inside. And the Ballers have shut out the Rocky Mountain Vibes in Colorado Springs 6-0. A 29th win for Oakland, an 8th straight win for Oakland, and their first shutout of the year. It's 3 wins to begin this 6-game series in Colorado Springs. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back for a quick post-game show because it's about to get loud. They're about to shoot off fireworks. This is Ballers Baseball at 860 AM, The Answer. This is Oakland Ballers Baseball on 860 AM. The Answer. This is the Ballers postgame show. Ballers with their 29th win of the year. They are 29-10. A quick recap before they shoot off fireworks here. 6 runs on 13 hits and an error for the Oakland Ballers. No runs on 6 hits and 1 error for the Rocky Mountain Vibes. That is saying something. It is like getting a shutout at Coors Field, except this block ticket stadium is much higher than Coors Field in elevation. Dylan Matsuoka today with his best professional start of his career. 6 innings, 5 hits, no runs, no walks, and 7 strikeouts. And really, when we looked at things early from Dylan, we said, what are we going to get today? The guy who had 7 strikeouts in his first 3 starts, or a guy who only had 6 strikeouts in his last 3 starts combined? And we got the guy who put up another 7 strikeouts today. He was absolutely magnificent, working in on hitters, cracking some bats, and getting the job done tonight. You look at the relief. Franzen, Lambert, Sullivan. 3 shutout innings, just 1 hit allowed. It was a double to Carter Booth off Franzen. 4 Ks. This Ballers team is one of the best pitching teams in the history of the Independent Pioneer League as far as where things are right now. Each year, the pitching of the league has gotten better. The ERAs for each team have gone down. That's not across the board, but you can say it at large. Time of the game was 2 hours and 36 minutes tonight, a relatively quick one for this Colorado Springs stadium. Nick Powers today, a really nice, decent start, 6 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 4 runs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. You think a start like that, where you pitch into the 7th, is one that you're going to walk away with a victory. He walks away with a loss today. He is now 3-3. Let's take a look around the Pioneer League scoreboard. Did Oakland get any help tonight, or did they have to win an 8th game in a row? It just is crazy. Let's have a look. Yuba Sutter 6, Glacier 2, that game in the 7th. So that's not good. No scores reported from Grand Junction or Idaho Falls. Those games may be rained out. Boise 9, Mustangs 7. Missoula with a 11-2 lead over Great Falls in the 6th. Right now, the Ballers are going to gain no ground. They've won 8 in a row, and they're not going to gain a single game in the standings if these results hold. It really is crazy of how good you have to be in this championship, or to make the playoffs this year. Mark Kahn, our PA, he asked the Magic 8 Ball a couple weeks ago whether or not 32 wins was going to be enough to win a playoff spot. And I think the Magic 8 Ball said, better not tell you at this time. Well, I got to say, like, the Magic 8 Ball might have been right, because it is way too close to tell. And it looks like right now 32 wins would not get it done, because that would mean the Ballers would win only 3 of their last 9. They would have to do better than that. So long as Yuba keeps losing right now, the Ballers will gain in the standings. The fireworks are starting. I will close things out here from our broadcast. It was so good to have you with us here. A 3rd win in a row in this series, an 8th win overall on this road trip. 8 wins in a row on a road trip, and they were 1 strike away from the first game in Boise from having won all 9 so far. I want to thank everyone who tuned in. I want to thank Nevada Cullen for helping me through some technical difficulties. I'd like to thank Brennan Colthurst, who helped send me some equipment to Colorado Springs. I'd like to thank our social media team of Isabella and Tobin and Casey. And I'd like to thank Chris Dorr back in our 860 AM The Answer studios for putting us on the air tonight. He has been with us for quite a bit this year. And we're going to try to get Chris to the playoffs too. All right. We'll see you in about 22 and a half hours. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, go to sleep, and then wake up again and do it all again the next day. The final score from Colorado Springs, the Ballers, a shutout tonight. 6-0 over the Vibes. We'll see you tomorrow at 5:30, pack time. Have a good rest of your Thursday evening.